So can you hear me clearly?
Yeah.
Okay. So present entire screen. Okay, so I will go over what I have prepared, and if you have any question or some part you don't really understand, so just tell me and I will explain that part.
Okay.
So just quick go over the data type of. So there are three basic data types in Python, which is integer, float, and string. And integer is just numbers, and float point is any number with this decimal. So any like a 12.3, 17.8, these are float point, and the integer is just these numbers without decimal. And it doesn't matter if it's positive or negative. Zero is an integer, and the string is any of these characters, and it's have to in the quote. And it could be single quote, it could be double quote, but it have to be in the quote. So,
Okay.
So one question: if I have this and 7, what's the data type of this?
Okay.
Oh, what's the data type of this?
That would be integer.
The 7 is integer, but because it's in the double quote, it's in the quote, so this is a string.
Okay.
So everything in the quote, it doesn't matter what it is, it's a string.
Okay.
And that's the three basic data type: integer, float, and the string. And if we want to check that, so you can open your IDLE. So you can do that while I'm showing you that. And if you want to check the data type of something, you type in type. Type in type is parentheses, and the example I give you is double quote 7. And when you press enter, it will tell you this is a string str, as we show here. So do you want to try this on your computer, or are you good with it?
Yeah, it worked.
It works. Oh, cool. So let's try other one. So what's the data type of type 7?
String. Wait, no, integer.
This one, integer, right? And then give me example of a float point.
Decimal, a number with a decimal.
Give me example.
3.
3.
Or 12.3.
12.3. Very good. It's a float point. So that's the 3 basic data type in the Python.
Okay.
And this is the arithmetic operator, plus, subtract, times, division. So these 3 are very useful. These 4 is very useful, just like what we use in math. And plus is plus. Those are very easy math.
Okay.
So if we try that, you can simply type 4.
Okay.
4 plus 7, 11. Same thing. 4 divided by 7, it gives you a float point. So we can talk about this later. And the other thing I want you to know is this mod modular, or we also call this remainder. So what's the 5 mod 2?
Percent.
The remainder is something like when you 5 divides by 2, you get 2, and you have 1 left, right?
Oh, okay.
Remainder. So
Okay.
you have 5 mod 2, and you got 1 left.
Okay.
And 10 mod 3. What's the answer for that?
1.
Yeah, it's 1. And let's see, 10 mod 5. Oops, I should ask you. So 10 mod 2. What's the answer?
0.
0. Yeah. So the one way we can use this is to check is the number odd or even, right? So for example, 2 is the even number, and we mod this by 2, it give us 0, and this works all on every even number. So 6 is even number, mod 2 is 0, and then what's gonna happen for odd number? If I have odd number, mod 2, what I got?
1.
1. And if I have 3, mod 2 is also 1. So for all even number, you mod by 2, you got 0. All number, you mod by 2, you got 1.
Okay.
So just keep this in mind. We will use this into this code.
Okay.
So math operator, we got this 3 basic data type int flow string. And here's some how this math operator could work with the string, which is since in the quote. There are only very few ways you can do that. First is you can plus string with string. So if we say we have string hello, this is string, right? And we plus another string, like my name, Jerry. Oops. Then we'll combine these 2 strings into 1 string. So it combines hello and Jerry into 1.
Okay.
So that's one thing you can do, but the string cannot add integer. So I have a hello and I have an integer like 5. When I do that, this will give me error, and it said only can string to string. So that's another case. And but you can times number integer with string. So if we have hello, I keep checking why. We have hello times 5, and guess what gonna happen?
Error.
No, it will print hello 5 times.
Okay.
So the only 2 way you can do it, use a mathematical operator with string is first string plus string, and second string times integer.
Okay.
That's only 2 things you can use with the string.
Okay.
And how to assign a value to a variable. So what is variable? Variable is just something like help you to save the value. Like you can imagine the variable as a box, and you put the value into that box.
Okay.
So let's say normally we will give some meaningful name to this variable. So we say age. That's mean age. It's meaningful. And like my age is 21, and I give this value to this age. And when I type age, it will access the value in there.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
So yeah, if I have say age divided by 2 divided by 3,
You get
what
7.
I will get good is 7 because it's 21 divided by 3. So
Yeah.
I think you understand that. So variable equal value, it's how you assign this thing. So we call this assignment statement, which is the action you use. You put the value into a variable, and this value could be another variable, it could be literal, or it could be expression. So what that means? So first, the value could be let's first do the expression. So first, you can say on num1, which is number 1, is equal to 21 subtract by 3. And when we do num1, it gives us 7 because the computer will do this mathematical expression first and get 7, then save this value into this variable num1. And that's the first thing expression. Then it could be another variable. So you have if I have num2 equal to num1, it will pass the value in this num1 to the num2. So
Okay.
when we do the num2, we'll get 7.
Okay.
And the literal is it just you straight give this variable like a num3 equal to 6. It directly gives this some value to this variable. And also could be any data type, could be double, could be int, could be string. So we can also say name equal to Jerry. And when I say name, this is Jerry. This value.
Okay.
And that's variable. The first time we save the value into a variable, the variable is initialized. So the first time you give the variable a value, that's called the initialize. And sometimes you need initialize that. We will talk about what kind of case that can be. And you can use variable in another statement. That's the kind of reason we use variable. The variable can be changed, like the variable can be changed. See, if I say name equal to Tom, and when I do name, it changed to Tom. Even the first time this name is called Jerry, but as soon as I change that, it will remove the original one, the old one, and the saving as a new one. So the value in variable could be changed, and it could be different type, and it could another variable, another literal value and expression.
Okay.
And here's some rules for variable. It could only have number, letter, and underscore. So the variable could only have a letter. This is our letter, underscore, a number that this is not be defined. So it says not be defined, but it doesn't say this variable is now doesn't work. So say letter underscore number, then it's equal to, so we say, you can see hello. This works. But if we use including another samples, so if we have a hello, then we have $sign or $1, then equal to hello. Exactly same thing, but just we change this to a special sample and give us syntax error and it tell us it's invalid syntax. So you cannot have things other than underscore number and these letters.
Okay.
And cannot begin with number. So if I say one name equal to Tom, that was invalid because it starts with number.
Okay.
So only one word which you cannot have space between a variable. So if I have, say, my name, this is one variable and you cannot have space. If I try this, give me syntax error because it is space. So no special character like $sign, we cannot have that. We cannot use keywords like if, else, while, for. Those are keywords we cannot use. Here's some example. The valid one. Try this. So if I have so is this one the valid variable? Yeah, it's valid. So it's not start with number. It have underscore and the character. It doesn't have special samples. So this is valid this is valid variable. So we talk about that. And how we do with two name style for variable. For example, we did before the my name. I have my name is two words, and I want to see the difference. There are two ways you can do that. First, you can use underscore. So you say my name, and it equals something, and that works. The other way you can do that, it's my, and start from the second one. The first character you make it capital, the uppercase, and others you make it lowercase. And this thing also works. So it not only works with two numbers, it works with multiple numbers like my first class, 3 words. The first one is lowercase, second one, the following words are start with uppercase. This is camel case, and also works with like this underscore. So there's a camel case and underscore. I like to use the camel case. I'm very like used to that, but you can choose either one you like.
Okay.
So quick review. The math operator, arithmetic operator, plus, subtract, times, division, the same remainder. How to check something is odd and even. So if you want to check is this thing odd or even, how you check that?
If it's an even number and an odd number, then it'll always be 1. Then if it's an even number and an even number, then it'll be 0.
True. So when we code that, we have one number. How we check is odd or even. We use this remainder 2. It's always 2, and we can answer if it's 1 is odd, if it's 0 it's even.
Mm-hmm.
We got 0, that's even. And what's a 3 basic data type?
The integer,
Mm-hmm.
string, and then float.
Yes. So string is things in the quote, float with decimal, integer without decimal.
Mm-hmm.
And the string only works with string with plus, and the string can times integer. That's only 2 ways you can use the arithmetic operator with the string.
Uh-huh.
And we talk about variable.
Yeah.
So what's the rule about variable? What you can only use in the for variable?
Can only use letters and numbers, but no special signals. And you can't have a number in front.
Yes. So number, character, underscore. You can use underscore for that.
Okay.
And no keywords. So keywords is just something like if, else, well, for, true and false. Those are keywords.
Yeah.
And camel case and underscore notation, just choose whatever you like. So that's some quick review. Remainder. So if statement. So if statement, this is the syntax for if statement. So if, then you check some condition. Then if it's true, it will run this block of code. If it's true, else it will run this block of code when it's false. So for example, we have this, and let's say x equal to 7 and y equal to 8 or 13. So tell me what's the output gonna be? This are your code.
That's going to be
Okay, so let's do this. Let's do that step by step. If x greater than y, so is the x greater than y? Is true or false?
False.
Yeah, 7 is now greater than 13, so it's false. So when it's false, it will run the block of code after the else.
Okay.
So it will print y, which is will print 13.
Okay.
So let's try this in our code. So you can open a file like so first you open the IDLE, then you go to this file, then new file, and you can open a new file and type in this code. So, are you working on that?
Yeah.
Let me know when you finish.
Yep, done.
Done?
Mm-hmm.
So you can save that. So you can do Control S, or you go to File, Save, and you run this module. Here's run module. It's print 13.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say if I have x equal to 90, y doesn't change, then which one gonna run?
Run 13.
So again, let's do that step by step.
Wait,
So,
no, run X, because
x
90 is greater.
90 greater. That's true. So first, we'll check this condition. Then if it's true, it will run the top, the block. You can see this indent, and it will run things in this indent if it's true. If it's false, it will run the code followed by this else. So the things after else, if it's false.
Uh-huh.
So, and print is something you can output. So right here, we print y, and y is a variable. It have a value of 13. Since we change that, it will print x. X is our variable, and it have value 19. And when it prints that, it will print the value in this variable, which is 19. So it will print 19, and when we run this code, it will print 19.
Mm-hmm.
So another simple one, write the program. So let's talk about input. So we have print for output, print something. What if we want to get some number from user? We will use input. So just like we call this, just like English, we call this input. And we need to let user know what kind of things you want to get. So this input inside this parenthesis is where we ask question. So let's say we want user to input their age. So we say, how old are you? Right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's say in English, you say, I want to get input from user. I want to know how old they are. So you get input with parenthesis inside. Here's your question. How old are you? Here's the question you want to ask user.
Mm-hmm.
Then after that, you will receive a value, but where you can save that value. So where you save the value, you save the value into a variable.
Mm-hmm.
And we give a meaningful variable right here. We call this variable age.
Okay.
So this line, first it will print the question here. It will ask like, how old are you? Then it will receive an input. So the user will type in like a 21 and enter. Then this thing will receive a value, then save into this variable.
Okay.
So we will use the same thing. Not exactly the same. So right here, we want to check is the user old enough to vote, to know how old the user should be to vote, or able to vote.
20.
I think it's 21. I'm not sure. I'm not born in here, but I guess it's 21. So age. So what's our condition? Give a guess what our condition here. So the value is 21. So when so if you greater than 21, you can vote. If you not greater than 21, you cannot vote. So what's our condition should be here? So I think this way. So just in English, we say, okay, if you are greater than 21, you can vote, right? So if you are greater than 21, write in program. So if you are greater, your age is greater than 21. So age is greater than 21. It's very much English. So if your age is greater than 21, if that's true, we will say you are old enough to vote. Then if it's false, we will say you are too young while to vote, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is the programming language is also a language you can kind of translate from English. So if your age is greater than 21, you're old enough to vote. If your age is not greater than 21, which means false, it will say you're too young to vote.
Mm-hmm.
Now, have you typed this in? Never mind. We can practice something else. So right here, we run this module.
Mm-hmm.
It asks you a question, and this is exactly the same. So this on side. This is exactly the same you put in this parenthesis.
Uh-huh.
And remember, it have to have quote. You can think this question is have to have a quote to ask this question. So how old are you? It's right here. And you say 12. To give you arrow. Why? Is that no support between instance of string and integer. What I mean is you are comparing a string to an integer. 21 is a string, and this age is actually 21 is integer. Sorry, 21 is integer, but this age is a string. Even you type in integer here, but this input will take everything as a string.
Mm-hmm.
So what you need to do is just convert this to integer. It's very simple. Just say this int. If you want to convert to a float point, you just call this float. Convert to string, you just say the string. So just want to show you if you print the type of age. Let's try this. Say ask how old are you? Let's see 21. And you can say it's tell me this is string, which is right here, this variable, this age is a string, which means this value, this receive is a string. And right here, we convert this string into integer and compare to integer. So when you compare something greater, equal, or less than, less equal, these two values should be the same data type. Like string compare string, the integer compare integer, float point compared to float point. And just keep that in mind. And we type in 21. Is 21 greater than 21? Is 21 greater than 21?
No. Well.
No. So it's well around the false sign. Okay, that's example. So again, if statement, we have some condition, then we have some. Then if it's true, we run some code. If it's false, we will run some code after else. And as you can see, these two lines, true and false side, will not show in one program. It will not show at the same time. So there nothing could be both true and false. You have to choose one side. So it's either around this or the other one. So that's if and else. And let's see if we have another condition. Let's say if it's between 10 to 21, we want to print something else, and that's the time we use else if. But in Python, it's just short if. So the Python just tells this else if, which is short of else if. And else if, you need to give another condition. In this point, it will be age between 10 to 21. And right here, we'll print something else. Let's say you're so close to vote. I don't know. Probably one. Here, so your program, the Python is like line by line compile program. So we'll run this line by line. So let's say you type in 11. So right here you have a age save as 11, have a value 11. So first we'll check if 11 greater than 21. It's false. So it's check the second condition. Is it 11 between 10 and 21? It's true. It will run this code. So if it's true, it will run the following statement. If it's false, it will go to next condition and check next condition until it's else. So if we type 6 here, we will see too young to vote. And how the program to check that? We have a 6, we have an integer, and age is, so we have 6 here. Is 6 greater than 21? It's false. It goes to next condition. Is 6 between 10 and 21? It's false. So it goes to next one. It's only else, so it's wrong. The code in this else, the statement after this else. So if we run again, if we do 15, it says you're so close to vote, which is statement right here. And the same thing, it's 15 greater than 21. It's false, goes to next condition. Is 15 between these two numbers? That's true. It's wrong. statement after that. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So, how you feel so far? Or you already know this? Do you think I talk too detailed? Or you think it's good? Or
This is good.
good? Okay. All right. Let me give you something to code. Age, number. Let me see. Try to program this one. So we also use age. So if age is under than 18, let's say we're in a party and the guests are like checking and they will enter their age. If age is less than 18, we will serve orange juice. If age is between 18 and 21, we will serve soda. If it's greater than 21, we will serve wine. So here's your prompt and try to program to make this work. So I give you 5 minutes for that.
Okay.
So 5 minutes. Let me know if you finish early.
Okay.
right, that's 5 minutes.
Yep.
So how much have you done?
I got the code, but it's like not working.
Okay. Show your present, and I can see that. I can see your code. It's at the right bottom. It's present now. Present now, and you can select is either one window or your entire thing.
I have this. Wait, where's the other?
It's good. What's this? Oh, so something wrong with your else if? So the age between 18 and 21. So how you write that? Like how you write that as a math? So it's 18 less than age less than 21, right? So the number between 18 is less than this number, then it's less than 21.
So, like 19.
I'm sorry, 18. So your int age should be between 18 and 21.
So,
delete this until the else just left else if. Delete everything, just left else if on this line. No, just on that line. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So else if, then age.
And
so it's between 18 and 21. So that means this age is less than 21. Less than 21. And it's greater than 18, but 18, or we can say 18 is less than this number. So 18 is in front of that number, or 18 is in front of age. 18, the other way. So 18 and less than. That sample should after 18. Yes. Now you can say 18 is less than that number and is less than 21. That means this age is between 18 and 21.
So then they'll have soda.
It will serve soda, yes.
Else.
And you have a parenthesis age, and you need to convert that into an integer. Yes. Now try again.
Oh. It says invalid syntax.
Oh, it's a colon. Yes.
How old am I? Oh. Yeah, it didn't.
So what's wrong?
It just says class. Wait, can I?
You need input. I think you need input.
What?
Have you input any value?
Yeah, I put 13. That said class str or something.
Oh, that's the second line. That's what's the second line do.
Oh.
So that tell you the data type of that age, and the str is a string. So it tell you, even you enter 6 is integer, but it will save that as a string because it's input function.
Oh, well. Wait.
So have it output what you want?
Oh. Wait, can you see the? Actually, no.
I cannot see your execute.
Let's see if I can just present my. Let's see if I can just present my entire screen.
Yeah, just first one. Presenting entire screen.
Okay, great. This.
Did you see that?
Yeah, it just says this.
Okay. Could you run again?
How old am I? 13. That just says this.
Delete the space after input. Yeah.
And again.
And try again.
That says the same thing. So weird.
Age is input. That's fine. It's int age less than 10 print. Oh, the first print, it doesn't have a colon after that, and no space.
Try again.
That should work.
I'll have orange.
Okay.
Yay, it worked.
And 18, try 20, and the age older than 20. You need to run again.
Okay. How old am I? I'm 19. I'll have soda. Yay, great. No. Again, I'm 24. I'll have wine. Yep, worked.
Pretty good. Yeah. Good job. Okay, now you can exit and let me present my screen. Fernando? Fernando, are you there? No, okay. Let's move on. Let's talk about if statement. Let me show you my code. So here's my code.
Uh-huh.
You can see there's no space. So this input and output print is function we'll talk about in the future, but there's no space between that.
Okay.
And yeah, just this, and everything else works fine. Looks good in our code. And as you can see, I use the opposite way. So the first condition I check is greater than 21. If it is, or 1, then I check is it between these two, then else is serve orange juice. It's the opposite way of yours, but it works the same way. All right?
Mm-hmm.
So we talk about if statement. Now it's a while loop. So while loop is something, so the things in the code in the while loop will run again and again until this condition is false, then it will exit. So these are syntax, while, and some Boolean expression. So Boolean expression is the checking is true or false.
Okay.
So it's kind of like this condition. We call this Boolean expression because you need to compare two things. And if it's true, it will run the code inside the while loop. If it's false, it will exit.
Okay.
So whiteboard. Here. So if we draw a flowchart, this is our while loop, and we'll check some Boolean expression. So this some condition we'll check, and if it's true, this is true, it will run some statement in here. Then the code, then this will go back to this while loop and check again. If it's true, run again. If it's false, it will continue the program. It will actually leave this while loop and continue this program. So that's how this while loop works. This is a float of this while loop. And there's something, first, when you check this Boolean expression, I show the code. When you check this Boolean expression, like right here, we have choice double equal y. As you can see, we use double equal. This thing is checking, it's compared to things. And that's the sample we use for the Boolean expression. It's double equal, and the choice is our variable here. If it's equal to y, which means yes, and if it's yes, it's true, it goes in here. It's run this statement, it will print hello. Then we need to change this. We need to change this variable. We need to change the things that is checking. If we don't change that, it will always be true. Then it's become infinity loop. So at some point in this code, we need to change this statement, or sorry, variable. And then also, as you can see, we need to initialize this variable before you check that. So if you don't have any value for this variable, you will not able to check this. You will not able to compare these two things. So initialize, check, and change. These are very important 3 steps for your while loop. So let's put this in the code.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see what happened. And by the way, these are common. This will not show in your code, but this just something remind you, like when you see your code after a year, sometimes you know what you're doing in this code.
Mm-hmm.
So and you use this shift 3 the pound. So right here we have this. Let's run this code. This run hello. So first we have a true equal to yes, and while this equal to yes, that's true, then we'll print this hello, and we'll ask, and we have this input. We'll ask, are we going to do that again? Then we save this value into choice, and right here we type y, we'll print hello again. Type y, keep printing as long as we press y. And now I want exit. I said no, and it's tell me bye. So right here, right here it's asking for change, and we keep pressing Y, and when it come back to this while loop, it's checking its Y, and we keep running the same inside this statement, which you can see it have indent. That means it's in this while loop. And when we type Y, this Boolean expression become false, and will not run this code. Will run the code, the continuing code, which is right here, and we'll print by, and that's how this while loop works.
Mm-hmm.
So is it clear?
Yep.
Okay. So as I said, it's very important for initialize, check, and change. You may not use this very often because you will use while true. We will talk about that later. But that's also requires the initialize, check, and change. And when you have some like infinity loop in the while loop, that's the time you need to check the initialize and change. So
Okay.
let's say what is gonna happen if we don't have that. So let's say we don't have this change, so we only have initialize and check. Let's see what is gonna happen if we run this. As you can see, it's keep going. Okay, I cannot even kill this. Oh, here it is. Control C. So as you can see, it keep running this hello. Keep print this hello. This is infinity loop. Why that's happened? Because we initialize this as y as yes, and since we don't change that, it will always be true. So that's how this calls the infinite loop.
Mm-hmm.
And right now we have a change, but what if we don't initialize that? It directly give me an error. It says, okay, the Python says, okay, when run this, when checking is choice equal to y, you don't even tell me what the choice is, and it's not defined. You don't tell me what that is. How could I compare this to?
Okay.
That's the time you have this error. So
yeah.
That's when you're not initialized.
Yeah.
So when you say this, the variable is not defined, that's the thing. That's the time you need to check initialized. And when you say infinity loop, that's the time you need to check the change. So initialize, check, and change. and obviously you need to have this check. It's all, you're not gonna miss that, but initialize and changes are the two things you will know how to debug when this infinite loop and this error coming.
Okay.
So initialize, check, and change. That's for a while. Let me see. I prepare. I think I have some code. Okay. So let's do this example. So have you? We can try this one. So right here. So tell me which line is initialized. Tell me which one is initialized, which one is checked, which one is changed.
Initialize is x.
Don't worry, just see anything.
Initialize is x equals x0.
Yes.
X equals.
I need to remember. So initialize is things before you go into a while loop. So it's very often it's the things right before this while loop. So yes, x equals 0 is initialized. And which one is checked?
X equals x plus 1.
That's a change. So check is the same. Check is this Boolean expression, or we can also call this condition. The condition is the time you check something. So, oops, where is that? Right here. So check is x less than 10. Is checking, is comparing something. It's checking.
Okay.
And here's the change. So x equal to x plus 1. So it's kind of doesn't like, so we have a x equals 0. Then what's x equal to after this? Or let's do this. So right here on the right in the right window, so we have x equal to 5, and we say x equal to x plus 1. And when I print x, what's x gonna be? Have a guess what's x going to be?
6.
Yes, x is gonna be the 6. And why that happened? So you have x equal to 5, and then when you do this, it will. So on the right side, it will use the value in this variable, so which is 5. So 5 plus 1 is 6. Then the program saves this value back to this variable, and that's where the 6 is from, or how you get this 6. So if I have y equal to 10 and y equal to 10 plus 5, what is y?
Just 15.
Yeah, it's 15. Oh, I did it. Yeah. Sorry, y equal to y plus 5. So y right now is 15.
So then 20.
So when we say y is 20. So the program will calculate the right side So this is your variable. It will use the value, which is 15. So it calculates 15 plus 5, 20, save back to this variable, and it's have 20.
Okay.
Okay. So back to this code. So let's see the flow. So x equals 0, initialized. Then it's check x less than 10. It's true. 0 is less than 10. Then we'll print x. So we'll print 0. Then here's our change. It will increasing this value. So x equal to x plus 1, which is x is 1 right now. And this will come back to the top of this while loop. It will check again. Is 1 less than 10? That's true. It will print this variable. It will print this value, and then it's increasing, and this go on, keep going until this x is not less than 10. It will print it. Print end.
Mm-hmm.
So if we run this code, as you can see here, we print 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 until 9. Doesn't print 10 because 10 is not less than 10. So it's XA and it's print N. You can see it's now infinite loop. It works fine.
Mm-hmm.
So if I comment this out, what's gonna happen?
And
It will become infinite loop.
there's nothing to stop it.
Yeah, it doesn't change, and this X never change. 0 is always less than 10. So it's infinite loop, is nothing changed. So again, when you get infinity loop in the while loop, pretty much you haven't changed this variable you're checking.
Mm-hmm.
So initialize, check, and change. Very important 3 steps. So yeah, that's for this. So any questions so far?
No.
Okay. Fernando?
Yep.
So when will this class stop?
I think at 45. It was supposed to be done at 30, but since he joined late, I think 45 should be fine.
Okay,
Or are
so,
you done right now?
now I have a lot of things. I just want to know how much time I left.
Yeah, you have like 4 minutes left, so maybe just do a quick review, or if you did that already, then just. I think that's it for today.
Okay. All right. So let's do a quick review. There's my window. Okay. What's a 3 basic data type?
Float, integer, and string.
String, yeah. And then we talk about what's the automatic operator you can use with string.
Multiplication and addition.
Yes. And yeah, it's and you can only use string with addition with another string. You can plus another integer, and for times it's only for the number.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the rules for variable?
You can't have. It can only be numbers and letters and underscore. And you can't have a number in front.
Mm-hmm. And something else? Yeah, that's pretty much it. And no special character and no keywords.
Yeah.
And the two name style camel case and underscore notation. Choose one you like. And we talk about if statement. So here's the syntax for that. If, then it checks on condition. And if it's true, it runs some code. If it's not true, it runs the code. It runs the statement after the else.
Yeah.
So if statement, and if you have two conditions, you will use else if, which in Python will short as ELIF. And that place you add another condition.
Yeah.
So like this one, you already done that. I think you understand that. And then we talk about while statement or while loop. And very important for while loop to check, to have initialize, check, and change every time. So what's gonna happen if you don't change that?
It'll go infinitely.
And what's gonna happen if you don't initialize that?
Then it'll have nothing to use. Like,
yes, so it have nothing to compare. It will terminate right here.
Yeah.
The line is check. And yeah, that's pretty much we studied today. Do you want homework? So just very quick example. So compare 3 words and find the biggest number. Oops. Okay. Let me just run this and you can see that. So it types 3 numbers. Let's say 3, 4, and 5. And will tell me Z is the largest number, which is third number, the largest number, and it's 5. Tell me the largest number is 5. So here's your home. It could be your homework. You don't have to actually do that, but it's very good practice. So here's something to compare. As you can see, you have a else if statement in the if. So it's nasty if statement. And think about that. Try to do that. It's not too hard. And since we record this, and you can go to the video and check this answer after you finish. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay.
That's everything for today.
Okay, sounds good. So we'll see you next time, Everett, then.
Okay.
All right, take care. Bye.